So today I'm going to unbox and review the KraftGeek Music Stand. I've been sent this for a review and I'm hoping to see something very high quality since it has received the NAMM 2024 Best in Show. And I believe I get to keep the unit in exchange for honest feedback, so this will be no holds barred. So this should be state of the art and could be good for gigging, could be good for practicing at home, going to a lesson, all that kind of stuff. I've got a few different books here. I pulled these out because I actually do use these quite frequently. This is my rock school book with a bit of Metallica on it. This is my Hendrix, etc. So we'll be putting that all on the music stand. I've got my tablets as well, so it should be quite fun, this one. See how sturdy this thing really is. So this big box here should contain various bits and pieces which go up to make what they call the concerto combo. Now, as you know on this channel, I've had a few unboxing disasters recently, so I'm really hoping that this isn't one of those and everything comes nice and new and in good condition, because I've been a bit disappointed recently. Hey, but since this was sent to me for review, I believe everything should be shipshape. So first of all, let's have a look. This is already looking very nice. So this stand holds your iPad or your tablet or what have you, or your sheet music, and it is looking like a rather nice piece of kit, I would say. So that's the box it comes in. Now this is could be possibly the bag that comes with it as well. So let's have a look inside the bag that it comes with. Now this is probably something that you're going to put the stand in if you, I suppose, go to a lesson or you've got a gig or something like that. Let's have a look what we've got in here. So this is the bag, which actually looks really nice as well. KraftGeek, it says on it. Oh, that's quite a cool name. So what have we got in here? Now, I'm hoping that we're going to see maybe the light. Ooh, yes we are. So what have we got here? We've got the FlexyMount, which I believe is what's going to hold the tablet or phone. Now, I think this should expand really far out for your tablet. Now, and this is the light, the Lumi light they're calling this. So apparently this fits on top of the actual music stand itself. So we'll put this as well. So let's open this up and see what we got inside. Do the other end as well. So this does come in platinum or black. So let's have a look at this. So wow, we've got it in platinum. It looks really nice. It's quite a sturdy thing. Wow. So what we should do, we'll move that box out of the way. And yeah, look at that. So in terms of setting this up, it couldn't really be much easier. They've made it very straightforward, and I can see why they're calling it state of the art. It's actually pretty clever stuff. So you just fold it out like so, and then you've got this little knob at the end, which is made of plastic. It's mostly made of metal. It has areas of plastic where it makes sense to. And you essentially just then pull that down. That is your legs sorted. You can turn that then, so you can actually just set these legs where you want them. And then you have this part, which just pulls out to give you your length, which is made up of 4 sections there. And you can stand that down. And as you can see, I wanted to do the height test, and I'm 6'5". You can see it kind of where it sits very nicely. I'm extremely tall, so it should fit most people, I would have thought. And then you've got this, which adjusts. That's the part of the stand which allows you to tilt it so that you can see your music book or your tablet as you want to, at the angle you want it. And then essentially you can just tighten that or loosen it as you wish. That's where your sheet music or your tablets or your music books might stand. Then you pull this part out. That gives stability to whatever you're putting on there. And for extra stability, you've also got this, which then has these plastic parts which pull out just like that, and you can actually clip bits into. Very, very sturdy. As you can see, the oak tree in the back is swaying around. Storm Bert is currently hitting the UK, and I thought it would be fun to take the KraftGeek Music Stand outside and see how it coped. It's quite a fierce storm, and what I've done is I've lowered the KraftGeek Music Stand to a seating level. I think that's sensible given the weather conditions, and it's holding up very well indeed. I'll just grab my old music stand as well, and you can see it next to this. So just for fun, here's my old music stand. As you can see, it's your very old basic thing, very, very thin. It just about works still. It's about 20, 25 years old at this point. But yeah, it's this is a significant level up. There's an iPad. I mean, that's absolutely fine, no worries there. You could put a book on there as well. Just put that here to give you the idea. You can move that up and down as well. And that actually holds your music book there. I think we should also take a look at the Lumi light. and the Flexi stand and see what those look like as we're here. So we'll open that very carefully and let's have a look what we've got inside. So this is the Lumi light, and all you need to do is pull up these parts of the light here, and you can use either 3 AA batteries in there, or it's got a USB-C, and you can put in your own power bank. So that's what I'm going to do here, because I think that's quite straightforward, and I'll show you the different levels of light. So I'll turn it on, and the first level of brightness is like that, and the highest brightness is like that. So it's pretty bright, and all you need to do to put it on top of the stand is you've got this little wheel here, and it screws on the top like so. You can put your power bank wherever you want. I'm just going to put it there for now, like that, and there you go, you've got some light. Let's just put the music on there. You can see that really well. So I think for good measure we also need to have a good look at the Flexi mount. So we'll open that up and we can have a look at that. Now this is for holding your tablet or your phone, and we'll just open that up and have a good look. So this is the Flexi mount, and this is a pretty clever design, because essentially what it can do is hold your mobile phone, and that there's not too much flexibility there, which means that your mobile phone is going to be held quite nicely. But what you can do is if you flick one of these switches, that pulls out like that, and you flick the other one, and that pulls out like that. And now suddenly you've got something which can hold a rather large iPad or Kindle or something like that. So here's my iPad, and for example I can just hook it on there and it fits very snugly. No worries at all, it's held brilliantly well. I'm holding it like that, holding it upside down, like giving it a good throw around, and it's absolutely fine in there. It's very, very steady. So that essentially can hook onto here. Let's do that. So to put it on the stand, you've got this little thread on there. You've got a little hole here, and all you need to do is just put it on there, screw it on, pull that down like that, and away you go. And suddenly you've got your music books, you've got your iPad there, all very nicely held. You could also move this around for a bit more height if you wanted to, and put it up here like that. Alternatively, you could use this to actually pivot your iPad or your tablet up and then turn that like so, and you've got your music in front of you and you've got your tablet facing up to you. For a stability test, I thought it would be fun to see just how much this could withstand. So I've taken the Flexi mount off here and I've put it on top, and that's got the iPad in it and it's got a book on it, and it's still incredibly stable. I'm giving it a good shake and that's not going anywhere. Let's see how far we can push it just for fun. I don't want to risk my iPad too much, but let's give it a good, that's a pretty good shove. That's a pretty good shove. That's a pretty good shove as well. I don't want to push it too much, but yeah, I think it's definitely passed the test there. It's pretty stable, it's good stuff. Overall, I think the KraftGeek Music Stand is a pretty impressive piece of engineering, and I really do like it. I think I'm going to use it going forward for sure. I'm definitely going to replace my old stand with this one. That's it. I think this older stand is going back into the cupboard, sadly for itself, but you can see how much more sturdy that is, how much thicker the metal parts are. And I was trying to think for criticisms for this. Now, you could argue this has got these on here to hold your music, but having said that, the KraftGeek has got this, plus it does have these, which is a little bit of plastic here to hold your books, so it's pretty stable stuff. Plus this as well is really sturdy and should hold your books rigidly, whereas my old one, well, that was a little bit sad and would always let me down, and this would constantly come loose and my books would go flying, so that was a bit sad on that front. The only other thing I could think of was maybe the materials used in part. It is a lot of metal here. Having said that, there is some plastic, but I think the plastic seems to be of good quality, so it's difficult to argue with that too much really. And I'm guessing any more metal used is going to push the price up. It's a question of balancing out quality and cost, and I think they've done a really good job. I think it's a really, really good quality unit. I'm really, really happy with it. So if you're interested in having your own one, please do consider using the affiliate links in the description below, and I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.